Shalom, shalom, Makiam, Yahweh, Shem Yabushai, Shem Kakudash, Shmarkazak Braktam. To you, brothers. You know, brother Yashimar here with another video. You know, it's basically on the way to camp. You know, just say, let me stitch you one here. You know, basically it's let's say it's like a testimony, you know. So, you know, a couple of months back, my car, you know, it was, you know, disabled by a mechanic, you know, who did some faulty work on my vehicle, you know. Basically, I asked him to check my spark plugs. And while he was checking the spark plug, you know, behind my back, basically, he broke one, and the glass fell back into the hole. I went into the you know, the combustion chamber and so on. So I had for those brothers who are mechanic, I had a blow by, let's call it, whereby white smoke was coming out. That was after. So I mean, for first it didn't seem as if it was anything, but you know, after time driving the vehicle, I had this issue, and then when I got a check from another mechanic, it shows that, hey, there's residue in this thing, you know. And you know, that's when it clicked to me that, you know, this guy basically messed me up. But nevertheless, speeding forward, the engine, the car went down. All right. So after the car went down for like about a month, you know, this one guy offered to basically help fix my vehicle. All right, and he said he would come by. You know, I made about it because I had to get a new engine from the damage and so on. Says best. So basically, when, you know, I got the engineers telling him, hey, to come over, you know, this guy was basically delaying, and you know, the spirit showed me that, hey, this man is not trustworthy. All right. So the spirit was on me to seek someone else who's more credible, right? Which I didn't. You know, thank you, I'll show you the vehicle, you know, it's fixed and, you know, and driving. All right, but the thing is, the same guy, right? Maybe he was thinking to do some evil or so on, because what I got to find out today, right? And the reason, the inspiration for doing this video, what I got to find out today is that this guy, basically, he is in a circle or in a network whereby people, you know, who steal, who hijack and steal vehicles, you know, and basically take parts and then sell them in return, right? Because what happened is that his vehicle actually got stolen, you know. So he came to me this morning, you know, after so long, you know, they basically stripped the front of his car, his bonnet, you know, the nose cut, his lights, take out his mirrors, you know, and got Jake driving the vehicle. Well, they didn't get to take out the engine and the other stuff, because what happened? One of the guys he know in that circle snitched and told him where his vehicle was, and by the time he got there, those are the parts that already came off. Anyway, he came this morning, you know, he was trying to tell me that, I mean, this was so long, I forget about the guy. You know, he came to me, told me, you know, some guy took his vehicle and, you know, they strip it and stuff like that and what's not. You know, and he was all in tears and so on. You know, he's saying that, hey, he's a man, he's you know, he got these people as friends and what's not. But however, you know, Jake, you know, the normal nigga story incorrect. Because how in the hell, and he got me watching him even more stronger, because how in the hell, you know, he was crying because people got his name around the place like he's a thief, crying, right? And he came, you know, to my place with his child, you know, basically, hey, you know, he's an honest man. He work on his dollar. You know, he just because his friend told him that there's an engine and transmission he has to sell. So he remember me. After all those months, he now remember me, you know, and asked me if I'm interested. I say, hey, brother, I got my car running and everything is okay. All right? And he was in tears, you know, he explained his situation. But the whole moral of the story is, right, is that, number one, you know, don't mess with the men in your house, but that's what I say, you know. And for your brothers, you know, once you make right with Yahweh, protect us and look over us, you know. Secondly, you know, Yahweh have a way, right, a sense of humor, Yahweh, a sense of humor to show up your enemies, you understand, to reverse things upon them, you know, what they are taught to do to you, you know, hey, this could be fun, right? Anyway, with that, you know, when it's precept here, that, you know, cross my mind, because with the tears and so on, because the tears that you were shedding and so on, you know, I mean, I don't trust him. I mean, I don't know him like that. Why would you come to my place and, you know, confessing to me all these things? This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 1. Verse 1, it says, when thou will do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shall thy thanks, so shall thou be thanked for thy benefit. Alright? So you gotta know who you're doing good unto, you know, who you even and doing good, right? Also even refer to if you cares to. You know, hey, for these men, you know, it's supposed to be the livelihood and condition of the brother. Right? These two third by don't be sure t-shirt, don't do no good for them. You know, even pitying them could cause you. Alright? Pitying could cause you. Alright? Verse 2. It says, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. Alright? So a recompense is basically like a return. Could call it an incentive. You know, basically a payback. You understand? So, if not from the man, you know, and even when we do things, you do things unto the good man, you even looking, you know, expectations should not always be to get. You know, because, hey, Yahweh should try to put it in your hand and make it possible for you to go down to this godly man. Right? At the end of the day, Yahweh should choose to give it to you. Now, the purpose, when it been revealed, he gave it to you so you could give it on to this godly man and not the sinner. But hey, check this, verse 3, it says, there can no good come out of him, come to him that is always occupied in evil. You understand? So all the tears and so on, hey, he didn't, you know, in the circle, he's not with these guys, but yet still, this man is so, you claim this guy and you is not that well, but you know, you have to go he revealed every stash. That the helping him. You know, when they find the vehicle right you know, behind another guy's house. You know, and guess what? The guy was an Elam. You know, and the cops not even helping him out. Alright? But guess what? There's more to the story. Elam, after some time, all of a sudden his house, you know, is basically burned down to the ground. Elam went to report this situation to the police, and the police now arresting Jake that lost his car. You know, got him under suspicion as well. He first gave a report that, hey, this guy basically, you know, took, you know, he had basically the car at the back of the guy's house. Right? Yeah, reading more. It says there can no good come to him that is always occupying evil. It's nor to him that giveth no alms. See that? You're occupying in evil, and so you don't give no alms, don't do no good. You understand? Reverence Yahweh Shemir Shai by seeing how best you could help the men of the Lord. You know? Verse 5. It says, do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. Right? Because, you know, you feel sorry for these niggas. You know, put yourself on the line for them. You understand? And hey, these men are ungrateful. Alright? Two-thirds is one thing about them, they're ungrateful because they have two thoughts in their head that even whatever help they receive, the universe or whatever they believe in out there that give them it, and it use you as a vessel, they have no thanks to thank for you and even to reverence you. As a matter of fact, you know, remember these people don't believe in Yahweh, so there's no virtue, you know, morality, anything with these men. You know, these men is all about evil. Right? It says, it says, lest he overmaster thee thereby, for lest thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all good thou shalt have done unto him. Alright? I see not only by the man itself, Yahweh Shemir Shai can lash up. Because Yahweh Shemir Shai already got this man in punishment, and there's no good going on to this man. You understand? And even so, you now trying to pull him out, you know, basically the state that Yahweh already held, that Yahweh putting in, you know. And guess what? When you lean down into that power to pull you out, the way he can pull you down, and you know it in a predicament. You know it. Yeah. Going on. It says, for the Most High hated sinner. Alright? It said, for the Most High hated sinner, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Alright? So Yahweh he basically got, you know, for these two-thirds, for these ungodly, because in the end of the day, thou shalt have no God beside Yahweh Shemir Shai. You see? And you help a man out, I worshiper, a man that, you know, don't give 3 cents to this gospel or to the men of the Lord, or to you know how you went through for Israel. Hey, remember even these people, these rabbits, you know, these people, they parents, you know, them back to the incarnation, they say, hey, let it be us and our children. And that's fucked up. You know, a bad ball to these men. Alright? You know, with that, basically, I hope this video was edifying, you know, exactly as well. You know, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Mokadash. You know, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the stone. And salutations to you, brothers who in the all corners, the highways and byways, and to you, sincere brothers looking in silence and sincerity. Shalom.